Hi, I'm Vanessa from speakenglishwithvanessa.com. It's your birthday! Happy birthday! Let's talk about it. Hey, I heard you have a birthday coming up. You got any plans? If I asked you this, would you know what to say, or would your heart start pounding? Oh no, what do I say? Well, in today's lesson, you are going to master some common answers to birthday questions, some common questions that you can ask other people when it's their birthday, and at the end of this lesson, you'll have a special speaking practice where you will finally have the opportunity to speak with me out loud. There will be a little mini conversation challenge. I want to help you be able to grow your confidence. When you can speak English confidently, the world opens up to you. So let's get started. But before we do, I want to let you know that to help you with this lesson, I have created a free PDF guide with all of these expressions, all of the questions, and the sample conversation so that you can master this topic. You can print it out, put it under your pillow, sleep on it, whatever you need to do to really feel confident in English. All right, let's get started with some common expressions to talk about birthdays. Let's talk about some types of birthday parties. A birthday bash. This is a big party. Lots of people, lots of presents, lots of games. It's a big one. So you might say, we're throwing a birthday bash for my niece because she's turning 10. Double digits. Quite exciting. To throw a party. Are you holding the party and throwing it? No, I mean, maybe you're throwing some confetti, but this is just another way to say we're having a party or we're going to plan a party. We often use the verb to throw. You might say, we're throwing a party for my grandma's 90th birthday. It's going to be a big birthday bash. What if you're not a fan of birthday bashes? You want to keep things more low-key. You might say a gathering or a get-together. This is something small and intimate, just family, a few friends maybe. You could say, I'm not a fan of big birthday bashes, so we're just going to have a little gathering at my house. Or we're just going to have a little get-together at my house. This is true for me. Usually for my birthday, we just have a little get-together at my house with a couple friends, maybe some family, nothing too big. Surprise! Oh, what did I just do? I surprised you because it's a surprise party. Usually with a surprise party, the person who is having the birthday doesn't know about the party. This is the ideal situation. So someone is planning, inviting guests, setting up everything, and they try to get the birthday person to come into that area without knowing anything, and they walk in and then everybody jumps up and says, surprise! So I'm curious, have you ever had a surprise birthday for you? Have you ever helped to participate in a surprise birthday? I don't think that I ever have, but one time when I was in college, my friends threw a surprise birthday party for me and another friend who has the same birthday. And I didn't want to go. I said, I'm studying. I have a test. I can't go down there. No, I'm not going to go have dinner with you guys. No, I need to study. And then one of my friends finally realized that I wasn't coming. And she said, hey, Vanessa, it's a surprise birthday for you. Come on. So I kind of had no choice at that point because I realized, oh, they're doing something nice for me. So you might say, we're throwing a party for Vanessa. It's a surprise party. Don't tell her. Well, unless you can't get her to come. Next, let's talk about some common phrases that are just associated with birthdays. The first one is RSVP. Now, this is occasionally something that we use in spoken conversation, but it is more common on a written invitation. It could be a physical invitation, or it might be an internet invitation using, Facebook events or something like this. But RSVP stands for the French "Répondez s'il vous plaît," and it means please respond. Please tell me if you're coming. So usually you will see this sentence, RSVP by June 30th. RSVP by Saturday, whatever date. So there's a deadline. Please tell me if you're coming so that I can order the right amount of cake so that I can make the right amount of food. This is just a polite thing to do, to RSVP. Wonderful. Another common phrase for birthdays or for parties is BYOB. What if I said dinner and cake are provided, BYOB? What would that mean to you? Bring your old bag. Bring your old balloon. No, this means bring your own beer or bring your own booze. Booze is a slang term for alcohol. So this means I am not providing alcohol. If you want to drink alcohol, bring what you want to drink. Bring it for yourself. This is very common, and it's not really rude. In fact, it's good to tell guests if they are allowed to drink alcohol at your house and you're not going to provide any. It's good to tell them, I don't have any, bring your own. BYOB. This is quite a common expression, especially in an invitation. You might see that written. Dinner and cake provided, BYOB. Excellent. Make a wish! Usually after we sing happy birthday, you blow out the candles and you close your eyes and you make a wish. There's kind of a superstition that if you tell people your wish, it will never come true. So usually it's a surprise. I will never tell you what my birthday wishes are because it probably won't come true then. So this is kind of a superstition. But you might say, after I blow out the candles, I'm going to make a wish. But often you will hear people say this. So after they sing happy birthday and you blow out the candles, someone will say, all right, make a wish. And they're telling you this is the time to make a wish. This sometimes happens at children's parties more often, that someone will say it. So they're reminding their child, this is the time to make a wish. Close your eyes and make a wish. Don't tell anyone. So this is a fun little tradition, I would say. A goodie bag. This is like a little plastic bag of, in my opinion, usually junk that is given to all of the kids at a children's birthday party. I'm not a big fan of goodie bags because they're usually made up of junk. It's stuff that comes from the dollar store, and parents feel some kind of social pressure to give out a goodie bag at their child's birthday party. But usually those things just end up in the trash. So for me, I would rather do a craft at the birthday and the children can take home the craft. Or maybe there's an extra cupcake and the children can take home a cupcake. This seems a little bit better to me. I think that the idea of a goodie bag is falling out of tradition a bit, but there's still a little pressure to give something to your guests. This is only for children's birthdays, to give something to your guests. A sweet 16. If I said, I can't believe your daughter is already old enough to have her sweet 16. How old do you think that she is? 16 years old. For some reason, 16 is a big number. I think this is because this is when you can get your driver's license in the US. So it's usually just for girls. I hate to say it, but usually teenage boys who are 16 years old aren't usually labeled as sweet. Maybe that was just my experience when I was a teenager. But usually a 16-year-old girl might have a sweet 16 party. And this is a big birthday bash to celebrate turning 16. The next big birthday is turning 21, and this is for anyone, boys or girls, and this is a big birthday because you can finally legally drink alcohol. So a lot of people will have a 21st birthday party with their friends where they get to go to a bar, or they go to a pub, or they go to a brewery or a restaurant, and they get to drink alcohol in public. That's not to say that nobody drinks alcohol before 21, but usually your 21st birthday is kind of a symbol of, now I am an adult. There you go. After 21, you have to wait a long time for your next big birthday. If I said, oh, I don't feel that old, but somehow I'm already over the hill. What do you think over the hill means? Well, the average lifespan is about 80 years. I think now it's a little bit more than 80 years old. But what is halfway? 40. So this birthday is a little bit dark, a little bit depressing, but we say that when you turn 40 years old, you are over the hill. And anytime after 40, if you don't want to tell someone your age, you can just say, I'm over the hill, or I'm way over the hill, because you are past the peak of life and now you're just going down the other side. Very sad. So usually if you go to the grocery store and you buy any kind of balloons or birthday bags or birthday decorations for a 40th birthday, they all are black or gray or have to do with like gravestones or skeletons. It's very it's a little bit silly because obviously when you're 40, you're still young, but it's just this silly idea that now, oh, you're over the hill. Our last birthday expression before we get to some common birthday questions is a trip around the sun. This is just another fun way to say that you're 1 year older. So if somebody is having a birthday, you could tell them, congrats on another successful trip around the sun. They have successfully gone around the sun one more time, which is 1 more year. Congrats on a successful trip around the sun. You did it. All right, let's go on to some common questions that you might get asked on your birthday, or you could ask someone else on their birthday. And we'll talk about some common answers as well. Any plans for your birthday? This is an extremely common question. If someone asks you, any plans for your birthday? You could say, yep, we're planning a big bash this weekend. It's going to be exciting. Or, no, we're just going to have a small gathering with a couple friends. Excellent. Any plans for your birthday? What do you want to do for your birthday? This is a great question to ask if you know that you will also be included in the birthday plans. If you are a family member or a close friend who will help to organize the birthday activities, you can use this question. What do you want to do for your birthday? That kind of is asking, hey, what should I plan for your birthday? And you could say, yeah, I'd like to have just a small get together at the house. Maybe we can have a cookout, maybe some cake, just some kind of small get together. A little bird told me it was your birthday. What would you like? This expression, a little bird told me, is kind of almost a universal idea, I think. A lot of languages have this concept of hearing something from a little bird. You're not saying who told you, but you're just saying, a little bird told me that it was your birthday or that your birthday is coming soon. Do you have this type of expression in your native language? It's a great one to use for birthdays. You could just say, a little bird told me it's your birthday. What would you like? You're asking for a present idea. What kind of present should I give you? And an answer to that could be, yep, my birthday is coming up on Saturday, but instead of a present, I'm asking that everyone bring some kind of food or drink to the party. Okay, you don't need presents, you don't need more stuff. You're just asking that people bring food and drinks to your party. Simple, and it's a good way to give at a party and participate. How old will you be? Or maybe if it's on someone's birthday, oh, how old are you now? Don't ask an adult this. I would say after the age of 21, usually it's not a good idea to ask someone, how old are you? Or how old will you be? In American culture, it is quite rude to ask someone their age when they're an adult. For a child, it's no problem. Children love telling people their age. Usually they're very specific, like, I'm 7.5. I'm 8 3/4. They're very specific about their age because they're so proud of it. But once we become adults, we become a little bit more hesitant to share our age, especially with anybody. And it's not required in social circumstances to say your age. So I recommend asking, how old are you now? Or how old will you be, only to children. When someone invites you to a party, you can ask, is it a surprise party? That way you can not be the one who spoils the surprise. So maybe they forgot to tell you, oh, it's a surprise party. So it's a good thing to ask, is this a surprise party? And they might say, oh no, he knows about it. Or he might say, oh yes it is, don't tell him. It's a great question to ask. Is it a surprise party? Do you need me to bring anything? Can I bring anything? This is a great question to ask anytime that you go to someone's house for dinner, for a meal, for even just tea or coffee, and especially for a birthday party or a holiday gathering. It's great to ask, do you need me to bring anything? Or what can I bring? I ask this all the time, and I really appreciate it when my guests ask this because maybe it would be nice if someone else made the salad, or someone else made a dish for the meal, or maybe even someone just brought a game or something to do. This can help to ease the burden of the person who is throwing the party or just having a holiday gathering. So this is a great question to ask. I highly recommend it. And if someone asks you, oh, can I bring anything? You can think, okay, well, yeah, maybe bring your own booze. Or, yeah, do you have a favorite board game? Maybe after dinner we could play a game. Bring a game. Or could you make a salad? Could you make a dessert? Not even make, could you just bring one? You can buy it, that's okay. But this kind of question can help to have everyone feel like they're participating in the evening. All right, now that we've practiced some common expressions for birthdays, some common questions for birthdays, let's go on to our conversation. I'd like you to see this sample conversation that I had with my husband, Dan, about birthdays. You're going to recognize a lot of these questions, a lot of the expressions about birthdays. Listen to this conversation carefully, because in just a minute, Dan will leave and I will be asking you those questions, and it will be your turn to speak out loud. Let's watch the sample conversation. Hey, Dan.
Hey, Vanessa. You have a birthday coming up, don't you?
Yep, pretty soon. Another trip around the sun.
Cool. Do you have any plans for your birthday?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a big birthday bash. I would love for you to come. I can send you an invitation.
That sounds fun. Do you need me to bring anything?
You can bring your favorite party game and a big appetite for cake. All the other details will be in the invitation.
Sounds great. I'll be there.
Great, see you then. Okay, you watched the sample conversation. Now it's time to take a deep breath and practice this yourself. I'm going to ask you a couple questions, and I will pause. I will be listening to you, no matter where you live around the world. I will be listening, and we will be having this conversation. If it seems too fast for you, if you want to try it again, the good news is that you can click pause on the video and go back and practice it again. No problem. Are you ready? Let's get started. Hey, a little bird told me that your birthday is coming up. Do you have any plans? That sounds like fun. Is it a birthday tradition, or is that something new? Cool, I would love to come. Can I bring anything? Great, I'll be there. I can't wait to celebrate another trip around the sun. So how did you do with this little sample conversation? I hope that it was a good challenge for you and it helped to boost your confidence speaking in English. That is the goal. You can always go back and review this. So now I have a question for you. Let me know in the comments, when is your birthday? If you want to tell me just the month, that's fine. The month and the day, that's fine. Just the year, that's fine. Or all of it, go ahead. It's your choice. Well, thank you so much for learning English with me. And don't forget to download the free PDF for this lesson with all of these phrases, questions, and the sample conversation, plus Vanessa's challenge question, so that you can practice everything that you've learned. Well, thanks so much, and I'll see you again next Friday for a new lesson here on my YouTube channel. Bye. The next step is to download the free PDF worksheet for this lesson. With this free PDF, you will master today's lesson and never forget what you have learned. You can be a confident English speaker. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for a free English lesson every Friday. Bye!